Hello everybody, welcome back to Madden 2002. We are here in part 3 of our Cowboys series. In the last video, we started off our season with a pretty debilitating loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are a good Buccaneers team, and we are one of the worst teams in the game, so it makes a lot of sense. But it's still tough to lose one at home to the Buccaneers. But we did manage to pick up a win against the Chargers in Week 3 after losing to the Lions in Week 2. So 1-2, we are coming into this game against a bitter division rival in the Philadelphia Eagles. A tale as old as time, a rivalry as old as time. So we are coming into Veterans Stadium here in Philadelphia because we still have that. The link is not built yet, but we have to go up against this Philadelphia Eagles loaded defense. They have a great defense around this time. This is a good team around this time, and their offense is also pretty strong around this time as well. So it's not going to be an easy game for us, even though the Eagles are off to a bit of a slow start. They are also 1-2 entering this game, but they've got plenty more horses in their stable than we do. A big thing that we will showcase at the end of the video, I think I included it, but we do have an injury. So, and yes, it is important. It is an important injury. We have a few important injuries, actually, but there's a big one at a certain important position that you will notice. So there you see Anthony Wright is our starting quarterback for this game. Tony Banks is injured, and we will focus on the injury later in the game. But Wright is doing the right things by finding, it looks like Ismail maybe, for a deep pass. He hauls that one in, and now we have a first down in Eagle territory. So we are moving on offense a little bit. Something that we struggled to do all game last week. It took a lot of time, and so far in this game, that was really all that there was worth doing in the first quarter, or worth showing. But we are in Eagle territory on a third and short situation. We got to pick up at least a yard. We give it to Emmitt Smith, who blows off one tackle and gets the speed to the edge and shakes off another tackle before being brought down. And we love seeing how physical Emmitt Smith can be, even with the age on him. So 3rd and 3 now, just at about the 5-yard line, and the Eagles defense is not fooled whatsoever by our play call here, as they are in the backfield waiting for the handoff, and we cannot get the first down. So we come up short here as our backup running back tries to get the yards that we need. So we're going to have to bring out Doug Bryan again to try and nail home a chip shot, basically. And he does just that. So the 24-yarder is good by Bryan, and that is going to give us a 3-0 lead over the Eagles. So with 2 minutes left to go in the first half, 1st and 10 from about midfield for the Eagles, and their running back is getting busy, man. I think it's Buckwalter is his name. It's a weird name like that. But the Eagles are going to try and run the hurry up and be efficient with their time, I guess. They feel like time's of the essence, even though they're only down by 3 points. So 2nd and 9, McNabb takes the snap here and floats this one out to the running back again out of the flat. And he hauls it in and gets brought down just near the sticks, and they're going to give him the first down. So they're still going to run the hurry up here because they think, I guess, that they don't have a ton of time. I still think they have their timeouts too. So, but McNabb just wants to run that hurry up, keep the defense on their toes, but we are not fooled, as a great play defensively is made in the secondary, and the Eagles are now going to have to huddle up here and try and think this one over again. So 2nd and 10 now, just a minute and change left to go in the first half. McNabb wants a deep ball, and there's a yellow hanky on the field, and that one is caught in the end zone. I believe he was even in bounds, but there is a holding penalty from the Eagles' right guard, Mayberry. So that is going to erase the first down, or erase the touchdown from Thrash. Beautiful catch, but it's going to erase that. And not only erase that, but it's going to push back the Eagles as well. So 3rd and 20 back from midfield, and it's another deep ball, and that one is caught again by Thrash, but this time he is out of bounds. So the Eagles' drive is going to come to a close after picking up quite a bit of momentum to start, but not much comes of it. So we have a 3rd and 10 now, with just under a minute left to go here on our own side of the field, but Wright is going to find, I believe it was a tight end across the middle, and that's going to be a first down. And now we're going to call a timeout because now it's looking like we might be able to add some points, and Andy Reid, a young Andy Reid, is quite pissed off from what just happened on the field. So 1st and 10 now with 45 seconds left to go. Wright drops back, pressure in his face, and he gets rid of this one to Joey Galloway, who hauls it in. We love seeing Joey Galloway make some catches, man. Love to see it. So we are outpassing the Eagles pretty well so far in this game, but no one's really seeing any points from their labor. Wright gets rid of this one quickly, and it's a dangerous pass, man. Didn't really give a ton of time for that play to develop, but he is, Anthony Wright, so, not much there. So 15 seconds left to go. We might be looking at 3 points if we can't really get into the end zone in the next play or two, so we're going to try and be aggressive here and run at least another play on 2nd and 10. Wright has to flush out of the pocket. I think he thought he might be able to scramble outside and find an opening, but he ends up taking a pretty brutal hit here here as he gets rid of this one, throws it out of bounds. So 3rd and 10. They're going to keep the offense on the field, try and run one more play. Will Newton getting pretty aggressive here, and that one is not connected, as Wright sends that one into the turf. Again, just being a little bit overzealous here, not really taking his time. But we're going to bring out Doug Bryan here with 7 seconds left in the half, and he's going to knock home the 41-yarder. So he's made a 50-yarder, a 41-yarder, and a 24-yarder in the games that we have watched. Of course, you know, he's kicked more in the free agent games. With free agent, what am I doing? My brain is just tearing itself apart. But we have a 6-0 lead over the Eagles here at the end of one half. And now it is 1st and 10 for your Cowboys coming out of the intermission. Pressure in Wright's face, and he throws this one to a whole mess of Eagles. I'm not really sure who he saw or if he thought that they were open, but nobody was open. There were 3 Eagles in the vicinity. That route was never, ever open. So terrible pick by Anthony Wright here. But again, it's Anthony Wright. But on 3rd and 10, we have the Eagles stopped on 3rd down, and they're going to try and get to the sticks. It was a throw to the sticks, but the receiver had to come back and make that catch, and he ends up getting punished for it, man. He gets blown up. Look at that. Boom. Massive hit, man. This Cowboys defense does not play. Even though they're not very good, they do not play. So, legendary David Akers is going to come out and try and knock home a very long field goal, and he does just that because it's David Akers. So, the 45-yarder is good, and now the Eagles have cut the lead in half, and it is now 6-3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. And if you think this is a low-scoring, boring affair, boy, oh boy, strap in for the 4th quarter. So, 2nd and 11 now. Wright's going to draw back. There is a flag on the field, and he makes an awkward throw out to Galloway, who somehow comes down with it in double coverage, but there is a holding call, and I can see why, man. Do you see that pocket collapse just instantaneously? That was ridiculous, man. Wright just got caught up in a whole mess of guys and had to make kind of an awkward, just weird throw to get rid of the football. So 2nd and 21 now from about our own 37 or 38-yard line, and Wright uncorks this one to Joey Galloway again, and now he picks up the 1st down. So these guys are cooking now. There's a connection here between Wright and Galloway, so you love to see that. So that's going to be a 1st down now for your Cowboys. And now we are cooking here at about the Eagles 39. We're going to get off to Emmitt Smith, who's got some speed, burst of speed into the secondary before he is brought down after picking up about 10 or so yards on the carry, man. Those big bursts of speed. I just love seeing that from Emmitt Smith. But we get stopped on a 3rd and long now. The Eagles are not letting us move any further than where we've gotten, so we need to be creative here. Under 2 minutes left to go. We're going to hand this one off to Emmitt Smith, and I guess just try and set up the field goal here. You know, just kind of maybe put this one a bit out of reach. There's still plenty of time here for the Eagles offense to do something, so kind of conservative play calling from Will Newton. I'm not sure if I totally agree with that, but on 4th and 12, Bryan knocks home the 42-yarder, and we take a 9-3 lead over the Eagles with 1 minute and 36 seconds left to go. So the Eagles are now trying to cook something, and on 3rd and 1, they cannot connect on a very short pass as that ball just bounces off the grass. So on 4th and 1, the Eagles are going to keep the offense on the field because it is do or die time for the Birds. And they are deep in their own territory, so this is a dangerous play to make. McNabb has pressure in his face, but uncorks a deep ball, and it is caught, and the one man misses, and there's no one else in the vicinity, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Eagles. Just like that, a 4th and 1 turns into a humongous, 60, 70-yard touchdown? How do you not make that tackle, man? Grab by the shoestrings or something, man. Oh, man, pointing up to the sky all the way to the end zone, man. That was dope. That was cool. That was just a cool moment, man. That's why we love Madden. It's because it plays like that, so 4th and 1, not only is it a 4th and 1 deep in Eagle territory, but now it turns into a deficit for your Cowboys. And how do you not make any contact? This game is cheese, man. It is cheese. It's a 68-yarder from Donovan McNabb for the lead, for the go-ahead touchdown here with 1.5 minutes left to go. So now we need to do something on offense. And Wright is doing just that as he finds an open man, shakes off one tackle, and he's got some speed, but not enough speed to get away from the Eagles secondary, who catch up to him and bring him down deep in Eagle territory. But regardless, and that is Mays, our free agent receiver that we picked up, doesn't have a ton of speed here, but he does make a crucial missed tackle turn into a humongous gain. So yards after catch is a humongous stat that we're looking at on that one, ladies and germs. And now with just 1 minute and 10 left to go, we have to reset up here. I don't know how the timeout situation is looking here, but Wright's going to try and move this one fast for us. He's not going to spike it. He's just going to keep it. Pressure is in his face as a linebacker comes through, and that one is bobbled by Emmitt Smith and almost picked off by a defender. But fortunately, it falls to the ground. So on 3rd and 8, we're going to try and go for it. Emmitt Smith gets caught up on a block. Or excuse me, I think that was our backup running back who gets caught up on a block. And he cannot get to the marker. So we're going to have to settle for a field goal, which is fine because we can take the lead with a field goal. But there still is about 50 seconds left to work with for the Eagles. So the 40-yarder is good. Brian's just been so good for us. What a great acquisition, man, investing in a kicker. We had a 50-something overall kicker. Could you imagine if we stuck with him? This game would be a blowout. But either way, so we take a 12-10 lead, and now the Eagles are going to make us pay for that, as it's another humongous pickup for Thrash, and now the Eagles have flipped the field, so with just under 15 seconds left to go, the time is expiring. There's no timeouts to be had. Donovan McNabb gets the spike down with 9 seconds left, and so they are in field goal range, and they could very easily take the win with David Akers' leg, and it is up, and it is good. And the Eagles are going to retake the lead on a 48-yard record-setting kick for David Akers. They're going to take the lead 13-12. We would all the time would expire on the kickoff, so we would lose the game and drop to 1-3 as the Eagles pull out a massive outpouring of 10 points in a matter of like 2 minutes, and we find a way to lose this ball game, man. And if you look at the stats, we outplay the Eagles so well, man. They didn't convert a single 3rd down. We did a whole lot better from week 1, but still, it wasn't enough, man. It was not enough. We did not score any touchdowns in the red zone, which is probably the biggest thing that killed us. Red zone percentage is really getting rough, so moving ahead now to Anthony Wright. Didn't have the best day here. Rating's really low. The 1 pick. Completion percentage was bad. So we're going to need to look at our options here to replace Anthony Wright because we do have a significant injury, which isn't in the video. We will cover that in the next one. But that's going to do it for this episode here as we look over the rest of our stats. Hope to see you guys in the next episode here when we get further along into our season.